We're here with Michele Schmal, and she is the Vice President of the NPD Group. Michele, how did you get started in a research world?
Oh, that's an interesting question. Let's see, I got started in research because I loved marketing and I loved math. And I was very curious on what drove consumers to do things. And I had an opportunity at NPD. The food service practice at NPD was kind of fledgling at the time, back in 1978. And I decided it was a great opportunity.
And so you've been basically affiliated with the food service industry since the late 70s. What has been the biggest change that you've noticed over those years?
Well, I would definitely say the use of information and the need for information has been a huge change. The industry has been very interested in getting more and more information to help them make decisions. Back in the early days, it was much more entrepreneurial, go by gut feel kind of thing. The other thing is, back when I started, casual dining restaurants were called fern bars, and they weren't really chains. People didn't really, trust chains to have high quality food, and that's definitely been a change in the industry over the years, where chains are respected for having wonderful food.
And what do you think has been the most interesting outcome during the Great Recession that we've just basically come through?
That is an interesting question as well. As a friend of mine always says, it's not like Americans aren't eating. There's just winners and losers. And the Great Recession is a way that people became much more discriminating about how they spent money. And so the winners were delivering on something that consumers really wanted. And if you weren't up to the game, you weren't going to make it through the Great Recession.
And what is NPD projecting for 2011 and 2012?
2011, we're starting to come back. In fact, I just released data today. Customer traffic was up 0.1% for the industry. That's the first month the traffic's been up since November of 2008. Which is kind of remarkable. So we're seeing the end of this year starting to come back a little bit, but even through 11, we're still, licking our wounds. We're still coming back from the trough that we hit that started in 2008.
And what has surprised you most about the restaurant industry in the last 10 years?
Surprised me the most. Frankly, the resurgence of McDonald's in the last 10 years. I mean, there was a period of time back in the early 2000s when people kind of thought McDonald's was down and out, and they've just become a powerhouse, and it's because they've evolved. They've, remodeled stores, they've changed their concept, they've done fantastic things, and when you're something that big, it's kind of remarkable to see it grow that much.